Okay, hi everyone. It was good to see you all last week. I'm looking forward to this week and deconstructing the idea of the digital native. So I hope that you've all been able to do the reading for that and also to read the blog post that Jackie Marsh wrote and have a look at the video of Evan talking about Lego. So last week I sought to explore the idea of literacy, which I think now needs to expand in order to accommodate the new social functions that it can now do or that it can now perform using new digital tools, new digital technologies. And as such, I asked you to reconsider the idea of literacy as not just being a cognitive or skills-based enterprise, but to think about it as a social practice. We also looked at the range of affordances of the digital tools and applications and considered how new social practices are possible with using the new digital tools, and to think about the ideas coming from Lancashire and Noble about new mindsets. And they argued that for a lot of people the new digital tools allow them to perform, to do something that they referred to as old wine in new bottles. So it's a new packaging, a new glossy finish, but they may actually just simply continue behaving in traditional ways using new technologies. And in the book that I wrote with Guy Merchant, we talked about this as polished performances of traditional practices. And I think that's a kind of kinder way, really, and perhaps a more realistic way of thinking about how people often use new technologies to not necessarily do something socially new, but to do something that improves traditional practices. So, for example, we might use an interactive whiteboard or a data projector and PowerPoint as opposed to using an old chalkboard. The PowerPoint is fresher and more polished and more aesthetically pleasing, for example. Whereas we now have new digital practices that we could use whereby we involve people to participate who are not actually in the room, that we might Skype with another academic, or that we might find other exciting ways to participate and collaborate with other learners and other teachers in disparate places across the world. So that would be an example of the way in which we could use a new digital technology to perform something new in our learning and teaching, for example. So this week, we're going to be thinking about the digital native and the usefulness or not of that term, and I hope that it will be one that you will be able to critique quite well by the end of the session.